Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my comp prep series to the WBFF stage. So right now I am currently 14 weeks out of my debut to stage, so time is ticking. In this video, I really want to take you guys along with me grocery shopping so that you could sort of see the kinds of foods that I am having for some inspo, and I will also share with you some tips as well. So right now at 14 weeks, I am currently tracking every single thing that I'm eating. I've actually started my prep at 18 weeks out, so I'm tracking everything. The main thing is that the foods that I'm having in prep is not different than what I'm having when I'm not in prep. So the only difference is that because right now I am in a calorie deficit, so I am dropping body fat, that means that the portion sizes are just a little less than what I normally have. So I'm here at Woolworths, which is an Australian supermarket. I live in Australia, so I do most of my main shopping here. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, I normally shop at my local supermarket. It's just a lot more fresh there. So I'll take you along and you could see what I normally have, and then afterwards we will go to my local supermarket so that you could see the kinds of veggies and fruits that I have. So come and join me. So when I go and do my grocery shopping, I sort of like to think of it as shopping for my macronutrients. So what that means is protein, carbs and fats. And because I follow a flexible dieting approach, I have macros to hit. So first things first, I look at getting my protein source in. So what I said is that I follow a flexible dieting approach. So basically I have my macros that I have to hit, and I'm just flexible with the food choices that I have to hit. For example, when it comes to protein, I have different sources of protein which I can choose. So with flexible dieting, I sort of make sure that it is 80 to 90% of wholesome foods, and then I have sort of like 10 to 20% where I have the flexibility of just having soul foods in my daily intake. So this way I'm able to enjoy the foods that I have. It's a lifestyle for me. So like I said in the beginning, with the food choices that I have and what I have day to day when I'm in prep and when I'm not in prep, it's very similar. I have to be a little bit more mindful of my food choices. I am tracking every single day, and I want to ensure that I hit my macros so that I could bring my best physique to stage and progress really. So first things first, let's have a look at protein. I'm going to get my protein sources and I'll show you what I normally get. So with my protein sources, I like to buy it in bulk so that I could prep it for the week ahead. So I like to mix up my protein sources, and I like to have variety as well. So I have at least 2 to 3 different sources of protein. So I usually have chicken breast, turkey, steak. I want to have a combination of white and red meat. That way I get different sources of nutrients from all those different kinds of meat. So I'm just going to get some chicken, turkey, as well as some lean beef mince. Usually I prep throughout the whole week. I have these as my staples throughout the week. I also like to have seafood. I love fish. I tend to have fish over the weekends. If I could have it every day, I would, but they're a little bit expensive. Often when it comes to fish, I find that when they're in a fat loss phase, they tend to choose the leaner cuts and ditch the fatty meats such as your salmon. But salmon is so good for you. It has high amount of omega-3 fatty acids, and the same with barramundi as well. So for those that follow me on Instagram know how much I love barramundi. So incorporate this in your diet, especially as females. It's important to have a good amount of fatty acids to support your hormonal health. So the only reason that you will gain any weight is that if you are out of a calorie deficit. So I'm not going to get it today, but it's what I will get during the weekend. I also like prawn as well. Prawn is a great source of vitamin B, and it's a very lean source as well. It is a little bit expensive, but I usually have this over the weekend. Like I said, if I could have it every day, I would, but this is a treat for me as well as fish for the weekend. But for now, throughout the week, I'm going to stick to my staples, which is basically my chicken, turkey, lean beef mince, and some steak. So let's go along to the next one. So another great protein source to have are eggs. They are excellent protein source as well as fat because of the yolk inside, and they're a lot cheaper than your seafood like your fish, so they're great to have in your pantry. And I usually have it with like as an omelette sort of style. That's if I want a savory breakfast, but what you could also do is boil it and just have them as snack. So that's what I usually do with egg. And another thing with eggs is that people think that you can't have too many eggs because it's bad for cholesterol, which is far from the truth. Eggs actually help with your good cholesterol. Eggs are excellent protein sources. I'm gonna grab some eggs. Also, when you get your eggs, make sure you check that there's no cracked eggs in there, because it's very upsetting when you see eggs that have been cracked. All right, moving on to the next one. So another staple that you could have in your pantry is pre-made deli meat. I usually have a couple in store, just in my fridge, just in case I need to make up my protein. So I just like a ready to go. And I'm the kind of person that likes quick and convenience. So if I'm time poor and I really need to have that protein source in, I just get pre-made deli meat. They do taste amazing. So I usually have it with a sandwich or a wrap. So they are great options to have in your fridge. So that is pretty much my protein sorted. Next, like I said at the beginning of this video, I see it as protein, carbs and fats. So the next one is our carb sources. So for those that know me, know that I absolutely love oats. Protein overnight oats that I have every single morning. So oats is part of my staple. I have it in the morning. So I usually go for the quick oats rather than the rolled oats. The difference between the quick and the rolled oats is that the quick oats it's just a fluffier texture when you add it with milk. So I usually add it with unsweetened almond milk, and then I add my protein powder in, mix all the dry ingredients with the almond milk, and then I pop it in the fridge, and then I have it the next morning. It's just quick and easy. So I usually go with this brand over here, and I go with quick oats rather than the rolled oats because I like the fluffier texture with quick oats. If you do soak your almond milk in the rolled oats, it's not as fluffy as it being quick oats. And then I will show you the next carb source that I will have. So another sort of carb source that I like to have and a staple at home is wraps. I really do love wraps. I usually go for this brand over here. It's rice, only 71 calories, which is pretty low in calories. I will have it with I'll chop this up, I'll pop it in the wrap, and I'll add just some lettuce in it just as a snack. So this is what I have, just sort of like a snack. I also do like the Simon's Pantry, which is quite recent, I believe, as well. They're also great in terms of their calories, so this is also a good option. I'm not going to have it today because I really like this one here. And yeah, that's all for the wraps. I do sometimes get the Thins sandwich. They are really, really good in calories. I think it's only like less than 100 calories for one sandwich. And again, at the same time, if I'm time poor, that is, then I will like just cut up some meat, just ready to go meat, pop it in there, and I'm good to go. I actually love food shopping. I don't know, I just get so excited because I just love seeing the options that I could make at home. So yeah, that's just something weird about me. I really enjoy food shopping. Yes, weird, I know. Okay, so another carb source that I have and that all of you know that I absolutely love and I cannot live without is rice. I love rice. I love all kinds of rice. Rice is life, especially as an Asian. I grew up eating rice every single day and I absolutely love it. So obviously there's different kinds of rice. There's white and brown rice. I love both. And when it comes to rice, I tend to cook it in bulk. So I have a rice cooker at home, so I don't really believe in packaged rice and microwave rice. The best rice tastes so good when you cook it in a rice cooker. Just thought I'll let you guys know that. So when it comes to rice, I like to have basmati rice. The only difference between the different kinds of rice, like your jasmine rice and basmati, for example, it's just the texture. I will have the basmati rice with my protein sauce that I will fry up and just the veggies to go along with that. So rice is a good carb option to have, and I'm just gonna grab basmati. So I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna get this one here. Good. Rice. It's the only thing that I want. All right. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is noodles. I'm so Asian. I'm so Asian, which is a good thing. Okay, so for me, when it comes to meals, I usually have, well, obviously breakfast is my overnight oats, and then I have lunch or a pre-workout meal, and then a post-workout meal, and then dinner. So I usually have 3 meals a day. I like to mix it up in every single meal just so that I get variety and that I really do look forward to my meals, and I'm not having the same thing in every single meal. So for example, I'm not having rice as lunch as well as dinner. I usually have rice as a lunch, and then I'll get something like noodles, for example. So right now I am having noodles for dinner, so I usually go for something like a pad thai. So I usually go for something like pad thai rice noodles. So quick, easy and quick. Do you want me to go there? No. So I usually, it's just so easy to boil and then just have it with a protein sauce. So I usually like this brand here, and yeah, so I'll grab a couple of those. That is sort of my main carb sources. So when it comes to carb sources, another great carb source is sweet potato. I normally do have sweet potato with my meals, but when it comes to sweet potato, there's the time to peel it, to chop it, and then I either air fry it or put it in the oven, and that just takes so much time, especially now that I am in comp prep. I want to have more time, so unfortunately I will not be having those because it just takes a lot of time for me to prep. But in saying that, once I'm not in my prep and I have a little bit more time, I will definitely fit in sweet potato into my meals because I absolutely love sweet potato. I prefer to have it as fresh. I don't like to prep it and then put it in the fridge and then reheat it because no one likes soggy sweet potatoes. So that's why I am not having it during my prep, just to save me a little bit more time. But definitely after my prep, where I have a bit more time and a little bit more flexibility, I definitely will have sweet potato as a great carb source for my daily intake. So the carb sources is out of the way and I've got all of my staples. The next thing that I really want to talk about is fats. Fats is incredibly important, especially for women's health. Like I said, your salmon has the good fats in it, so that's a good source of fats. For me, I absolutely love dark chocolate. Not normal chocolate, dark chocolate. And when it comes to dark chocolate, it has to be super dark. So I will not have anything less than 75%. So with the dark chocolate, I usually have Lindt. Call me crazy, but I have it 95% dark chocolate. I have given this to some of my friends and they absolutely hate it, but I absolutely love it. I usually have dark chocolate with my hot chocolate at night, just so like another source of a fat source that I have, and I genuinely enjoy it. So it's also a way for me to wind down before I go to bed at night. So this is what I have been having almost every single day, and hopefully that this will definitely stay throughout the whole prep. I like to think that I have pretty good self-control. I usually have like a block. I don't have the whole thing, I just have a block, like a small piece to go with my hot chocolate that I have at nighttime. Another good fat source is also avocado. Avocados are a great fat source. It's packed with nutrients, but they are higher in calories, which is nothing wrong with it. But because I am in a cutting phase for my prep, that just means that I have to choose lower calorie options. Obviously, I will be increasing my fruits and veggies because they are higher volume foods. So when I'm not in prep and I have a lot more calories to play around with, I will definitely be feeding avocado into my diet because I absolutely love avocado. But for now, I can't say no to chocolate because who doesn't like chocolate? So that is going to be in my plan. Okay, guys. Game changer tip for you is spices. Spices, 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 and there's a whole selection of spices. If you want your food to taste amazing, honestly, herbs and spices are such a game changer. So just for the extra flavoring and making your foods taste yummy. So for me, I enjoy all the meals I have, and I have to say it's all because of the different spices that I have. So there's so many different spices here obviously that you could see, but my favorite go-to spices that I have almost with all of my meals, I mix them with my protein sources, so all of my chicken, turkey, beef mince and everything like that is spices. So no one likes boring, bland food. Add some spices and you will enjoy your food. So you could make protein sources, meals yummy just by adding spices. So spices as well as pink salt, game changer. So I usually love paprika. I'm just that kind of person that likes that sort of I guess like spicy hit. I love paprika. I swear I use it on all of my veggies, all of my protein sources, because they are so good. So I have paprika, this is my main one. I also have pink salt, so I just like sprinkle the pink salt on my meals, just if I need, if it's a little bit bland, then I'll add pink salt. So paprika is my go-to, which I always have. I actually go with this brand here. Oh, I'll put that back. I actually go with the paprika smoked. So another thing that I really like to add in to my protein sources when I fry them with the paprika, I also do like to add some Italian herbs. If I can't get fresh herbs at the local markets, then I'll add something like this into it, just to give that extra flavoring. Then on top of all of my meats, I add pink salt, just to also give it its flavor, and it tastes amazing. So make sure you add spices to make your food taste yum. Another thing that I really love is, because I love spicy, I also get some chili flakes, which I will add in each meal, just to give it that extra hit, which I absolutely love and I'm gonna get. So yeah, that is to make your food taste yummy. Okay guys, so I have to tell you this, that recently I have been obsessed with crumpets. They are really good in calories. They are so good. I usually have them as a snack. I'll just like spread cheese on top, and then I'll have this as a snack, or sometimes I'll even add in the protein, the pre-made turkey with this. It's just such a good snack. I really love it. And if you put it in the air fryer and just make it a little bit crispy, and you just add some maple syrup on top, oh my god, this is the bomb. I really love it, and it is what I have been having almost every single day. So I'm gonna get this. Okay, this one, maple syrup, sugar-free. This is so good on everything. It's probably not the best thing to have all the time because it's sugar-free, which probably has a lot of artificial sweeteners and everything like that, but I may have to get rid of this towards my competition day, but I'm still gonna get it because it literally goes well with everything. And like, air fry this, the crumpets, which I mentioned, add in some maple syrup on top, and it is such a treat, and the calories are pretty low as well. So this is so good, guys, so good. Okay guys, so another staple that I have in my pantry is almond milk. I generally don't have like dairy milk. I haven't had it for a long time. It's just that I don't sit well with dairy milk, so most of my milk is from almond milk. So I have it in my protein oats every single morning. I also have it when I have it with dark chocolate, or I have it with my drinking chocolate, sorry. So with this one, it's unsweetened, has to be unsweetened. The calories are super low. So I have this, and just coming down the end, so I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Every single night, I swear by this, and I have been having this every single night just for me to wind down. I have the Avalanche sugar-free. I know it's not the real thing, but I'm just used to it and I really love it. I usually have this with unsweetened milk. I'll heat it up on the stove and I'll have it with my dark chocolate, but I think I will not be having this anymore because of the artificial sweeteners and everything like that. It probably doesn't sit too well with my gut, so I will be having tea, but since I'm 14 weeks out, it's staying, so I'm keeping this. Recently, I have also discovered this is just a different brand. It's sugar-free. The calories are much better than just like a normal drinking chocolate, for example. So I've also been having this lately, but I think I like this one better. but like I said, low in calories because my calories aren't as high. But in saying that, I think eventually I will have to get rid of these and have tea instead. So if we go just down here, so I'm keeping that for now. This is probably what I will be having closer to my comp, just so that I could just eliminate any artificial sweetness that doesn't sit too well with my gut. So I will probably be having more of this as I get closer to comp. Just tea in general, just add like a teaspoon. It's quite sweet as well. And then add boiling water, and this is probably what I will be replacing the sugar-free once this is not in my diet anymore. So this is also good to have, just to like wind down and just like your afternoon pick-me-up, if you will. So yeah. Okay, so I honestly love this cheese. It's called the Laughing Cow cheese. The calories aren't so bad. I think it's like 16 calories, but definitely choose the light option. This is so addictive. I usually have this with my crumpets, or I add it as a spread if I do have it with my sandwiches. So I'll add it as a spread with my sandwich or crumpet, and then I'll add in the pre-made deli meat, and then it's good to go. I chuck it in a sandwich press and just gives it that crispiness. But this is a good option because it's light and low in calories. So I think that's about it. I think we're good to go. So we've basically covered protein, which I have. We've covered all the carb sources, which I have. We've covered some of the fat sources, and then we're gonna go and get some veggies from the local supermarket. So when it comes to the fruits and vegetables, I typically get it at the local supermarkets, not at the big chains like Woolworths or Coles, just because it's just a lot cheaper, and I personally feel that it's a lot fresher. So when it comes to vegetables, I like to have a variety in the different kinds of veggies that I have, just to ensure that I have a lot of, it's nutrient dense. So when it comes to vegetables, it's high in fiber and it's high volume food, and especially if the goal is fat loss, we want to have higher volume foods. So that's where vegetables comes in, so that it fills out the meals, and usually they are lower in calories. So this is the local supermarket that I usually go to. I really love broccoli because it is really filling, and I usually have it in my main meals. So I'm just going to grab a couple. I like to buy my veggies every 2 to 3 days so that it's still fresh. So I also do love bok choy. I usually have bok choy with my stir fries, and it goes really, really well with my protein sources. So I'm just going to grab a couple of those. I also like zucchini, high fiber nutrient food. So I'm going to grab some zucchini. I am going to also grab tomatoes, which I usually have with my noodles. So I sort of make it like a tomato paste sort of thing. So I've got tomato, I'm going to get some carrots, I'm going to get some mushroom, just so that I have a diverse nutrients from all of these sources. So I like to mix and match, just so that it makes my food sources a little bit more fun, I suppose. And I don't like having the same foods all the time, so I just like to mix it up and have something for me to look forward to. So let's go and grab the veggies. So when it comes to my meals, I absolutely love to make sure that my meals are tasty. So I add different herbs and spices to my protein sources, just to bring out that flavor. I really love basil. This is always It's absolutely my go-to. So I just chop it up and just fry it with my protein sauces just to bring out that flavor. And it really is a game changer and it really makes a difference. So I usually go with basil. I also love Thai basil. Thai basil as opposed to the normal basil is amazing. And we'll see what else I will get. So I also like to have some fruits in my daily intake. Fruits are great with nutrients. They're packed with nutrients. They often get a bad rap because of the sugar, but they are actually lower in calories, but packed with a lot of nutrients. So I like to have at least a serving of fruits every day. I usually have a piece of apple or berries. I really love berries. Berries will go well with the oats that I have in the morning, and it just makes my oats taste so good. So I usually have an apple, half a banana, and some berries. So when it comes to any kinds of food sources for me, I like to eat the rainbow. So I really love berries, especially blueberries. They're really high pigmented colors, and it's very high in antioxidants. So with berries, they are a little lower in calories, but packed with nutrients. So I usually like to top berries on my oats that I have every single morning. They just give it that sweet, make my oats sweet. So yeah, so I'm gonna have some berries and some raspberries as well. Thank you so much guys for coming and joining me to do my food shopping. I really hope that you were able to get some inspo and share some of my tips for you that can help you. So if you really like this video, please let me know. And if you want more videos like this or anything else that you'd like to see, please put it in the comment section below. In the next video, I will share more of training, so keep an eye out on that. So to follow along in my WBFF journey, I will have more episodes and videos to come for you guys, so please be sure to hit the notification bell, subscribe, and if you want to know more about the WBFF, I did make a video about that in my announcement video, so click the link above here to watch that. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.